Phillies win 3-2 in 10 innings against the Atlanta Braves. Connor Brogdon getting his first win of the year, and Nate Jones getting his first loss of the year for the Braves. This is what an opening day is supposed to be like. Well, hopefully with more fans later in the year. But the Phillies fans who were there, they were cheering, and yeah, they were definitely booing. But they came through. They won, and that's what matters. And for the most part, the Phillies did a good job. I mean, they were getting runs early on. In the first 3 innings, they put 2 runs on Max Fried, which no easy feat to do. Max Fried is a good pitcher, but he didn't seem all there. His stuff seemed a little off to an extent. And I'll give it credit. Phillies were frustrating him. They were drawing walks. They were getting hits. They were making him have to throw a bunch of pitches. And along with that, they had to wear down the bullpen overall. The hits weren't really on much. The runs came after. The runs came after in the first inning with Hoskins getting on base with a single. Or was it Hoskins? No, Kutch got on base with a single to start off the game. Harper walked, and then JT Realmuto got hit by a pitch. With Alec Boehm then hitting a sac fly to make it 1-0. And then the second one came after Hoskins doubled, Harper singled, and JT Realmuto hits an infield single. And unfortunately, it was a borderline play. I saw on Twitter a few people saying this was not an out. No, I hate saying that, but no, Harper was out. If you look really closely, and you could find the images, and you could probably find replays of that play, it's very borderline, but there's just the slightest graze on Harper's pants that looks like Austin Riley made a slight tag on him. Plus, he was called out to begin with. There was nothing that was going to overturn that, unfortunately. So that's the breaks. It could have really helped that they got in the safe call, but they didn't. That's just how it is. And, 4th inning, 5th inning, 6th inning go. Nothing really happens. Nola is dealing. Fried stepped up and got better. And I forget who they brought in for the first relief. I forget the guy's name. Tyler Matzik came in. It's probably the only reliever till the end of the game they were able to do really anything off of. And Nola's dealing. He's going. And then Christian Pace gets a double. Okay, whatever. Everything going, and then it's gone. The lead's gone. Okay. By Panda, Pablo Sandoval hits a 2-run blast. This guy hit 1 home run in 82 plate appearances last year. He's in his 30s, mid-30s, I'm pretty sure. And no offense, the guy looks like he's gained a little bit of weight. I feel like this year when the Braves have home games, when they have them up, they should play Panda by Designer. And like the bass drop, go Panda, 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 and then right as the bass drops, you play the saxophone song. It's player with you have the saxophone playing, and then Pablo Sandoval steps up to the plate But really, Panda's gonna hit a home run after he sucked last year. Fantastic. And then Nola's yanked, even better. So I'm sitting here just sighing to myself, to understand how painful it is sometimes. The Phillies haven't made the playoffs since 2011. Haven't had a winning season since 2012. Almost a decade of pain. This team I've had the experience wearing this P, and I'm just still having faith in this team. And I just said to myself, this year's different. I know this year's different. And I just stood there and I had to have faith. Going into the 8th inning, it was Alvarado. And I just did not feel confident when the first 4 pitches were ball, ball, ball. It's just all over the place. Guy looked like he had no control. And then strikes out Ozuna on a hard-fought at bat. And then Darno singles. Great. Strikes out Dansby Swanson. 0-2 count on Austin Riley. No! Hits him. On a curveball. On the foot. I'm sitting here just screaming. And God bless my family. They put up with my crap sometimes. And I'm losing my mind. Bases are loaded. And Christian Pace comes up. And at 2 points he could have ended. He could have just ruined the Phillies' night. Had a blooper single just go, just a bouncer single in the infield go foul. And he would have beaten it out to first, and whoever was on third, I forget who it was. I think it was Freeman. He would have 100% made it home because he was moving. And then had a hard hit ball on 100 miles an hour. I'm sitting there like, this is it. Missed it. Missed clearing the bases by about this much. And then I'm pretty sure next pitch strikes out Christian Pace. And the elation on his face, the happiness this guy had was just huge. This guy lives or dies by his fastball, his control, and he needs to get that really under control. It's no pun about it. Eighth inning goes. Chris Martin comes in, shuts him down. Nearest comes in, and then looking like gonna be a close catch. Didi! Just like falling backwards, like running forward. I got this. Didn't have the best night, but that is a huge play. Him and Alec Bowman in the middle of the game made a jumping snag, robbing a run from Ozuna. He was jumping. He knew Ozuna had a hit there, and it got robbed from him. And that was huge. Phillies defense came up clutch in some big moments, including the moment I'm going to be talking about in a minute. But before that, Will Smith comes in, embarrasses the Phillies, just strikes out the side, Kutch, Hoskins, Harper, just casually. Great. Now we go to the 2 extra innings. Manfred special. Because why? Because he's an idiot. But that's nothing new. So the way extra innings works is you start now with a guy on second base. Why? Because Manfred. So I'm not confident. Connor Brogdon comes in after Hector Neris shuts down the ninth. And mind you, they are running through the bullpen. Bradley came in for an out. Alvarado came in. Neris came in. This is now Brogdon. At that point, they had Velasquez, Hale, Coonrod, and I think Kinsler. Not the best arms you want to be relying on later in the game. So either Brogdon or potentially Kinsler. One of these two need to end it. So realistically, hopefully it was Brogdon. Freeman grounds out with Albies. Oh, and why Albies was on second, they take the guy who was last out, and Albies was the one who hit the pop, like the infield pop fly to Didi. So Albies is on second, grounder for Freddie Freeman. Sends Albies to third, and now Marcell Ozuna is back up to the plate. He's the one who hit the line drive in the 5th inning, just almost getting a run, but getting robbed by Bohm. Guys who making good contact all night long. And with one out, he hits it. It's going far. Quinn catches it. He throws it. It's going to the plate. It's a little off center. JT! Making a huge game-saving play. Just saving the Phillies tonight. The guy's been so good. He is proving everybody, the players, the fans, the management, why he's worth the contract he got. That is why he's considered one of the best catchers in baseball right now. Because he does plays like that. He just robbed Albies. 10th inning comes in. Harper now starts on second base. JT grounds out. Harper goes to third. Bohm grounds out. Great. So it's 2 outs, and Harper's on third. Next up is Didi with Nate Jones, who came in at the start of the 10th. He intentionally walks it because Nate Jones is a righty. Didi's a lefty. It's an advantage for Didi, and they don't want that. So they're going to walk him, bring up Gene Segura, who is probably a little bit worse than Didi, I'd say, and a righty. A better advantage for Nate Jones. And then the first pitch, Gene Segura grounds it, bounces in. Austin Riley can't get there. Harper comes home, and the Phillies win in extra innings. That is a game that gets fans excited right off the gate. You get a walk-off in extra innings after seeing an amazing defensive highlight. Seeing many amazing defensive highlights. 3 game-saving plays, or run-saving plays, all in the span of one game. And I bashed on the team to my friends, to my family, how it was the bullpen last year. It was the starting pitching and the inconsistency of the offense. And this year, this game, like I said, it's only game 1. And I know it's way too early to judge off of a first game. But if this is what the Phillies can come out and play like, I'd be happy. The way they were playing on offense was good. The win robbed Harper earlier in the game. Just like it robbed Freeman. And I think there was another play. I think it was Acuna or Albies. I think it was Albies. The wind was rough in Philly. But for the most part, the players came out, they played hard, the pitching came out and did its job. They didn't have to go to the guys that were, considered lower leverage. The high leverage players came in, stepped up. Even Connor Brogdon. Connor Brogdon had a great 10th inning. He was pitching very well. And the Phillies walk away with their first win. Connor Brogdon walks away with his first one. That has to build confidence. And it's just a sign of hopefully things to come. Because now the Phillies get a day off. They get to relax. Friday they get to take off. And hopefully, because I'm Catholic, I'm going to Mass tomorrow. I pray to God that the Phillies find strength, because on Saturday it's looking like it's going to be Zach Wheeler against, I'm pretty sure, Charlie Morton. Let me double check that. Yeah, Zach Wheeler versus Charlie Morton. And that's looking like to be another probably low-scoring pitcher's duel, because Charlie Morton's a very good pitcher. I'm hoping Zach Wheeler comes away with the win, though. We start off taking 2 or 3 from the Braves. If we do that, I'm pretty happy with this result to start off the year. Considering they had the Phillies ranked to be 4th in a bloodthirsty NL East division. With that out of the way, I'm going to head out. Peace.